Hello and welcome to another edition of European Footballer Adda. We are counting down to World Cup 2026 with group previews. You can find link to previews of Group A and B in the description. And now we go on to Group C. Group C of 2026 FIFA World Cup has four nations with four very different journeys and a group headlined by one of the tournament favorites. Brazil arrives as five-time world champions, chasing a record-extending sixth title under Italian manager Carlo Ancelotti. Morocco returns as the history makers of 2022, the first African side to reach a World Cup semi-final. Scotland are back at the World Cup for the first time since 1998, ending 28 years of heart. And Haiti completes the most romantic story of all, qualifying for the first time since 1974. The average FIFA group rank is around 36, but that number is deceptive. This is a top-heavy group with one giant, one genuine dark horse, and two passionate underdogs. This is your complete Group C preview coming up. So let's dive into it right away. First up is Brazil. Brazil booked their place through the CONMEBOL qualifiers, finishing fifth in a turbulent campaign before steadying under new boss Carlo Ancelotti, who has built his 26-man squad blending Europe-based stars with the returning Neymar. Ancelotti has won everything that is there to win at club level, both as a player and as a manager. Now, this is his first World Cup where he is leading a country, and if he can make Brazil's Hexa dream true, then that will probably cement his spot also as one of the greatest ever managers in world football. The key players include Vinicius Jr., who is a talisman at the left wing, Rafinha on the right wing, Bruno Guimaraes, a midfield engine, as well as the creative wildcard, which is Neymar. Ancelotti is the first foreign coach to lead Brazil at a World Cup, and he favors a fluid 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 that leans on individual brilliance out wide, controlled possession, and quick combinations in the final third. Vinicius Jr. carries the weight of a nation as the focal point of everything Brazil do going forward. However, Neymar at 34, probably his final World Cup, will probably have some of the greatest say as an impact weapon from the bench. Brazil, however, has still to do with the penalty curse. They have been knocked out on spot kicks at 4 of their last 6 World Cups, and their mental fortitude in shootouts is an open question. Still, we expect that they will be finishing first in this group, and as a possible run, a semi-final is definitely on, or better, if Vinicius and Rafinha fire and the defense holds firm. The next team is Morocco. Morocco cruised through the African qualifying carrying the belief of their historic 2022 run and arrive as one of the most cohesive and battle-hardened units in the tournament. They are also the reigning African champions, and so they do hold a huge responsibility of being one of the foremost African contingent, and they should try to repeat their act of 2022. The key players includes Ashraf Hakimi, the captain and the right back, Sofiane Amrabat, who is the midfield anchor, Brahim Diaz, the creator, and Youssef En-Nesyri, who leads the line. The manager Walid Regragui keeps faith with the disciplined and compact 4-3-3 that stunned the world in Qatar, as also at the African Championship in Morocco this year. Is a resolute low block ferocious collective work rate, and lightning transitions through Hakimi and the wide men. Hakimi is their heartbeat, is the captain, leader, and the chief attacking outlet, bombing forward from fullback. They have a Euro-based squad which blends genuine technical quality with hard-earned tournament experience. We expect them to qualify as the second spot, and they could even have a say as the group topper too if Brazil slips up. Possibly we see that round of 16 is definitely on, even a quarter-final or deeper if the front line kicks just as in 2022. The next team is Scotland. Scotland came through UEFA qualifying to end a 28-year World Cup absence, arriving with a settled core of Premier League and Serie A regulars under the steady hand of Steve Clarke. Key players include Scott McTominay, John McGinn, Andrew Robertson, and Che Adams. Manager Steve Clarke trusts a back three, so 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1 are the options that you will see in the tactical side, and they prioritizes their defensive structure, wing-back energy, and set-piece threat, with Scott McTominay arriving late into the box, being one of the regular goal scorers both in Serie A as well as for Scotland. The first thing that we need to say about Scotland is that just being here is a triumph for one of football's most passionate nations. 28 years of heart is finally over. Beating Haiti looks essential for any realistic hope of progress in a demanding group, but McTominay's Napoli form gives Scotland a genuine and repeatable goal threat from the midfield. Expected position is third. Possibly they will exit from the group. They have an outside shot at the best third place qualification if they have a win over Haiti and a point elsewhere. The last team in this group is Haiti. Haiti produced one of the qualifying's great stories coming through CONCACAF to reach a first World Cup since 1974, despite enormous off-field challenges at home. Key players includes Duckens Nazon, who is a top scorer and striker, Franzi Piero, who is a forward, Josue Pesqueira, who is a creative midfielder, and it's a squad that blends diaspora talent along with domestic grit. The manager favors a pragmatic, compact 4-4-2 or a 5-3-2 that sits deep, defends in number, and looks to spring quick counters, playing without the pressure and with everything to gain. They're a miracle qualifier, and there's a nation that facing huge adversity that defied the odds to reach the World Cup. So 52 years between their two World Cup qualification, and every single minute will be treasured by the players and fans alike. Haiti will play free of any expectation, and they can just play for joy. Even a point or just a famous scalp would be celebrated like a title. They are expected to finish fourth in their group with a group stage exit absolutely likely. The goal though is to compete with dignity and produce a moment that the nation will never forget. Now to summarize this group, Brazil have the deepest attacking talent by distance and a coach with unmatched knockout pedigree. Topping the group should be straightforward, and how far they go depends only on the temperament in the tight games that have undone them before, as well as some luck during the tiebreakers. Morocco are organized, fearless, and tournament tested. They should have too much for Scotland and Haiti, and their defensive solidity makes them a nightmare knockout opponents for anyone, including the Giants. Scotland are organized and spirited, but light on top-level attacking quality. They can compete with anyone for an hour, but sustaining it across 90 minutes against Brazil and Morocco is the challenge. Haiti are the rank outsiders against far more experienced and talented opposition. Their story is of spirit and organization, which makes them dangerous maybe for part of the game, but the gulf in quality across three games is significant. That wraps up the Group C preview for 2026 FIFA World Cup. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Group D is coming up next, and the storylines only get bigger from here. This is European Footballer Adda, your home for football analysis.